What's up, y'all? It's Jackie. No, what it do? Hold up, let me park this motherfucking car so I can talk, bitch. I don't got. Look, y'all know I just be wanting to talk and get it off. Oh, let me put my wallet up. I'll lose it. So, why the fuck? Why the fuck people be just? Why people don't? Why do they refuse to take hold of their life? Not. I'm not even talking about regular people. I'm talking about people who are claim to be spiritual. Like, why do they choose to not actually live that spiritual life? Like, because once you claim to be spiritual, that is an indicator to me to know that you at the very least, you know that the knowledge to change something is out there. And at the next least, you have the knowledge because you have, done some slight research on the surface level. Because under the surface would be you doing research on yourself and actually believing in yourself to know that you're a spirit. But why do people who know these things opt out of changing their life when they, knowledge-wise, they can see that it's available? Because if you are fake woke or spiritual or whatever, then you have come across, I don't see a person being woke or fake woke and low key, because it's very low key believing it, unless they've come across real life examples in their real life or on YouTube or whatever, Instagram or whatever. But, and okay, I'm really speaking to certain people in my personal life that I watch go through these phases. And also take into account that I am a human on this earth who have went through phases and is still going through phases. Just now mine is different because I'm learning and I'm moving through certain things, and I'm learning how to shift and adjust certain things in my actual reality. And people, the fake woke people who refuse to do their work, they don't believe that that's actually possible. So that means to me that they don't believe in themselves. Because if you see that it's actually possible, not that you can see for sure, because you can't know what nobody else knows, not from their perspective through their eyes, you can't. But you can see that there are examples. Man, shit goes so deep. Because you can hear a person say this and that all day, but if you're fake, you're believing that they're coming from the same space you're coming from, which is really, it's not real. I'm just faking the funk. But by you not wanting to address the fact that you're fake, you don't even want to see it in them. But you can go outside every day and see a flower grow up out of the concrete. But you don't want to look at that and take that in, like, you haven't, people, the fake woke people, they haven't flipped the paradigm inside enough to where they can read life from the inside out instead of taking things as they are and thinking that that's just what it is, and not finding the synchronicity or the as above so below type of connection to the shit. They don't want to see that part. It ain't that they don't want to see it. They don't believe it. So by them not believing it, they don't believe in themselves enough to take a chance on themselves, change their whole setup of their life, because that's what it's going to take. This is actual work. They rather just do the 3D type of work. They rather just settle for what they already know, even though what they already know from the point of their being conscious and knowing that they're alive in a human body up until this point, they see that it's still misery after misery. A lot of them have plenty of money in the bank, but still every 2 weeks, every time the moon cycle changes or some shit, here they go crying about another situation that has popped up. Now that there's a wide open doorway for you to walk through in order to phone going dead, for you to walk through in order to change everything, you don't have the wisdom and the actual experience to know that that is going to work, but you got the knowledge. You know, common sense wise, that at this point, your paradigm has had to have shifted slightly. I know it hasn't flipped upside down and found the balance, but bitch, you have saw that what you're doing now is not going to get you anywhere that you already haven't experienced. You have exaggerated, you have extremely used that portion of life. And when I say that portion, I'm kind of really talking about the yang masculine side of it. Whew. And a lot of masculine men is opposite. I mean, a lot of men, as far as the basic regular ass type of people, that dynamic is opposite. They've exacerbated the feminine side of their reality and haven't explored their true masculinity. But you rather just make do, knowing damn well, because you have experienced this part, to know that something else is going to come up. And a lot of times, most of the time, every time, unless you're living a spiritual life and know how to recreate your own reality, every time, what you're dealing with, since just like a car, if my check engine light come on because I need some oil in my damn car, that means that I need to add some oil. And if I don't, I've had plenty of cars before that I've tore up based off of me not knowing how to maintenance my shit right. So common sense that if you don't work on yourself, next week when somebody call you about your child getting beat up or getting jumped on, or she gay, or the doctor call you and tell you got a diagnosis, or whatever the fucking case is, some shit that actually money ain't got nothing to do with, you don't have any control over that portion of it because you don't believe that you can. When life itself is showing you, and there's a wide open gateway, beautiful castle gate wide open for you to walk through in order to manifest something totally different, you're scared to do that. But why are you scared though? You rather just settle and like, why are you scared? Because we know that things and cycles happen based off of what's already happened, but you don't want to create a whole new cycle by doing something that's totally different, shifting your dynamic totally. Like, because once you shift everything and that's just like me. That's just like watching somebody tear down an old abandoned building to build a mansion on top of it. Yeah, it's going to be ugly at first. Yeah, it's going to be hard work at first. But bitch, it'll be worth it. These things, like, to me, should be common sense. But you rather listen to the people who have no clue that there is even a mountaintop to climb. No less have they even considered climbing the mountaintop. They don't even know the bitch is there. You rather listen to them. Well, get ready, bitch. Them the same motherfuckers who gonna be riding with you in your passenger side. They ain't gonna be able to give you no fucking direction. They just gonna go in circles. They might stop at the park, then hit a block, stop at the corner store, and then go back home. Tomorrow they gonna wake up and do the same shit. They don't realize that, bitch, this car flies. Oh shit. Yeah, bitch. And guess what? The motherfuckers who know the car flies, they looking at y'all ass, but y'all can't see them. You can't get on their level at this point. Ain't even nobody down here to show you that your car flies because you have let the flock leave you. Like, you have decided, you've made the decision, I'm staying here. Whether or not you're saying that out your mouth, your energy is speaking that. Like, you're exuding that bitch, I don't want to fucking change. Even though in your mind, you can tell yourself and others that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm changing, girl. I'm not the same person I used to be, blah, 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 blah. But actually, within the next few years, all that fake woke mumbo jumbo is going to be, that ain't going to be a thing no more. Because for the most part, the knowledge of it damn near already is household knowledge. Like, it's common knowledge. So in the next few years, it's really going to be that shit that we think makes us not be basic people because we know about astrology a little bit, and we know about lighting sage and candles and yoga and shit like that. That shit is going to be basic as fuck. You think it's not basic now, but bitch, you're actually a basic bitch. So next year, you're still going to be a basic bitch because that information that you got now is basic information and motherfuckers have moved past that. But you're not in that. You're not in the running for that anymore because you've made your claim. You've made it already. You decided what you're going to do. You rather just sit here. You rather just let life take its course. You don't realize and you don't want to know. You don't even want to know that you got control. Because if you know you got control, that means you got to take responsibility, accountability, and you got to take the licks and keep on pushing. But you taking licks anyway. Your ass taking licks. But in your mind, you have formulated in your mind that this is regular shit. Everybody goes through this, so it ain't that bad. Even though in the midst of you crying about it, it's terrible. And you wish at that moment that you could do anything. You would do anything to stop this shit from happening again. But once it's time for the opportunity to be faced and placed in front of you, and you see what actually has to happen, the next step forward would be for you to do this. The next step forward would be for you to quit your job and let your husband take over work and take over the bill so that you can be a household mom for a little while, sending your divine energy and maybe come up with a master plan to have your own business. When it's time to actually take those steps, you don't want to do that. Even though you got everything it takes. You got everything you need. Only thing that you don't have is others' validations. Because they don't know no better. They're going to tell you, especially your husband, baby, don't do that because you need to keep on doing what you're doing. This boy about to graduate next year. You got this going on. Them children got to go to the field trip. Girl, you got a man with a good job. We ain't going to go into detail about that. I'm slightly going into detail about it. You got a man, but you are used to being the one that's masculine and in control and make sure that things run smoothly because you're scared to take your hand off of the driver's side because you don't think the man that you got really can hold it down. But that's only because you're in your masculine energy. So how is there room for another true masculine energy when yours is taking up all the space in a distorted way? And therefore, by default, his feminine energy is distorted and his masculine energy is distorted. But if you correct one thing, all other things will line up slowly but surely. If it's for you, girl, I swear to God, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Let me not get upset because this ain't for me to worry about. Because one thing about it, Jackie gonna have to go on because this ain't nothing new to me. Shit, I'm true to this. It ain't new to me. And when I say I'm true to this, I'm true to seeing. I done been through this shit like so many times with so many goddamn different people. I'm talking about since I've been on this whole reality shit, learning real life type shit. Since I've been on this type of shit, I've had plenty of people come my way and fall off. And it seems like it gets more and more extreme every time because every time it seems like I have more and more belief in the person. But it's because I be bigger, when you elevate, you have bigger devils. You got more extreme scenarios. So maybe that's what I'll suck that up to. But I got to make sure I don't miss my turn. I can't be trying to make sure that you know where you're supposed to turn at. I take the shit serious. As you should. But instead, people be busy taking other shit serious and not knowing that there's more than just one way. There's actually always 3 ways. You always should look for 3 different perspectives at the least. There's always 3 ways. It's the left, the right, and the middle. The up, the down, and the equilibrium. The good, the bad, and the moderate or whatever. However the fuck you want to look at it, but it's always 3 ways. So, bitch, you only know one. You only know one. You got to take the time out to understand the other side, which is your inward. And then you will have to, then it's going to take a time to where you put those 2 things into perspective together to find your balance. But bitch, you only got one. And you've exacerbated that energy. You've exacerbated that masculine, go to work, make sure I got my nails done. I need to make sure, like, you've exacerbated that energy. What you think gonna happen next? I'm going to tell you what'll happen next. The same shit that's been happening. And likely it'll happen at an even more extreme rate because once you know something, you're supposed to do better. The child who knows better, they get whooped the hardest. So by you being fake woke, you don't even know what you just did. You just let all the grown folks know that you know better. You let all the spirits and the energy know that you know better. So you're sending out a signal that you're settling. And your signal is a little bit stronger because you know better. But I don't get it. You know better. You know there's more. And you know what time it is too. So the grace that you think that you're about to experience, you're not going to have that amount of grace anymore. It's not available to you. I don't sit in a car seat anymore because I'm too big. Like, I don't even fit it. So your awareness hasn't expanded enough, but it has expanded to the point to where you know better. So this time next year or the year after this, when you think that you're going to still be spitting out that same basic mumbo jumbo spiritual talk that you talk about but don't truly live, that you hear other people talk about but you don't truly pay attention to it for real, all the shit that you think makes you be an extraordinary person because you know a little bit about spirituality over than some people, that shit is gonna, because it's already almost common knowledge. By next year or the year after that, that's gonna be common knowledge. What's not gonna be common about it is the wisdom that you have not decided to explore because you don't believe in your spirit and you rather settle. You rather just go to work, go to the corner store, and come back home every day. which ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that in a literal way. I'm talking about spiritually speaking. You rather just know that you're living a spiritual, you're a body, you're a spirit in a body. You rather know that, but also take the stance of, I have no control. I'd rather let Jesus take the wheel. Okay. That just don't make no sense to me, because at this point you've experienced cycles and you know them now. And you know what comes next. Actually, you don't, because you might not even realize that the shit gonna get even more heavy. Deal with it now. Because next year you might not have that open gate that's right there in front of you. Next year you're gonna have 5 other issues in front of you, and behind us you'll be able to see where the gate is open, but you just can't get to it. Don't cry later. Don't cry about it later. The opportunity is before you right now. Because ain't nobody gonna want to hear that shit. Matter of fact, you're not gonna even have a lot of spiritual people around you at that point, because people elevate. Life elevates. Knowledge elevates. Ailments expand and transform and get worse or better. Nothing stays stagnant. So you can think you're staying stagnant all you want. Bitch, you won't be staying stagnant. Things still will change, but they won't change and fold and bend and shape around what's becoming to you, because you haven't set that standard energetically. You're setting the standard of, well, whatever. Jesus, take the wheel. I settle. It's fine. I'm good. I'm comfortable. Straight. Whatever. I'm good. Girl, bye. Anyways, that's pretty much all I really want to say. Now let me go on about my business. I had to pull over to talk and get that off. Bye.